appreciate that. I don't know your name, but the representative from Planned Parenthood.
Kristen Dart.
Thank you, Kristen.
And I'm on the list later for the NAACP as well, and I'll submit written testimony for them. It's already been provided, and I won't testify twice. So as Planned Parenthood, we have long provided reproductive health care for Rhode Island. Each year, more than 7,000 women and men get basic reproductive and preventative health care services. We provide these services no matter what a client's ability to pay for these services are. We rely on generous contributions of donors across the state to provide for those in the hardest times and who are otherwise ineligible for health coverage that they could afford. We know that many of our patients work in the service industry that is currently treating them unfairly. They have no benefits, no paid time off, and illegal yet far sub-minimum wages. This causes workers to feel as though they have little control over their economic security. Planned Parenthood is proud to provide cancer screenings, annual exams, and contraception for those who do not receive support from their employers. But what we are doing is treating a symptom of what is unfair labor practices. The current two-tiered system has inherently unjust wages and is a system of legal discrimination. No one should work full-time and yet need philanthropic assistance to meet their fundamental needs, such as reproductive health care. While Planned Parenthood offers patients a sliding fee scale for our services.
I appreciate your advocacy for your organization, but I'd like you to try to make your comments germane to the bill.
Sure.
Thank you.
Well, what we're trying to do is address the fact that there are patients who come through our doors who, if they were receiving a fair minimum wage, would have access to health insurance, possibly have the ability to take time off from work and receive a higher rate of care, be able to pay for services on their own without having to receive philanthropic, how most of our services are provided are based on donations. And we think that it is unfair for workers to have to rely on the charity of others in order to receive health care. And we would like to see workers...
Charity meaning the gratuity?
No, charity meaning that they're not always making a fair wage, and so they're relying on our health services our sliding fee scale to receive.
They're relying on your organization to provide health care.
Exactly. And I'd also, if I just may, just address the idea of sexual harassment when you are working for tips. I paid my way through college working for tips, and I did not have Representative Giarrusso as a customer or as my boss, and regularly was told by bosses that, unfortunately, it's part of the job. If you want to make tips, then you have to be nice to customers. And it wasn't you have to endure sexual harassment, it's you have to be nice to customers. And as a 19, 20, 21 through grad school, 22-year-old kid trying to pay my way through college, what else am I supposed to say to my boss than okay? And it happens on a regular basis.
Thank you. Any questions? Representative Giarrusso.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Well, I would certainly hope my daughter would come to me before she would go to her boss in that situation. So you mentioned somebody that's making $2.89 an hour is probably someone that's getting assistance from Planned Parenthood. Mm-hmm. So with that said, can we assume that no one from Walmart is getting those services from Planned Parenthood that's making $10 or $9 an hour?
No, I don't think we could make that assumption. But I think you have a better ability to pay for your own health care as you make more money. It can become a priority. As you make more income, we make different choices, right? If I have $5 and then I have $10, I can do a lot more with $10 than I can with $5. So if I have to choose between food on my table and my annual exam, I may put my health at risk to put food on my table.
Thank you.
Thank you.